to make sure that my legs aren't showing.
Yeah, she's got hairy legs. Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of
The Girls.
It's me.
Oh, honey.
Don't step on my line.
Oh,
don't
play with him,
Riley.
Stop playing with him, Riley. I love saying that. Don't play with him, Riley. It is me, the KV.
And me, DEDE.
Honey, and we're back again with another episode of The Girls, chatting about more shit.
Yeah,
So
just talking rubbish. We haven't really got a skeleton. Have we got a skeleton for what we're talking about today?
a skeleton.
I
Who
feel like
uses
weird...
that?
I know, no one really.
What the hell? I've never heard of that.
I just started using it.
Well, I feel like we need to talk about like kind of what's going on at the moment.
Let's do
like what's going on in the world. But how are you generally?
I'm really good today.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I look really nice.
Yeah, you look gorgeous. You like a doll. I feel like this is staple KV.
Yeah,
this is when I feel like, okay, right, this is just me. If I was a woman, this is me daily.
This. Yeah.
Yeah.
The shimmer's lovely.
Yeah.
Close your eyes for the YouTube. Lovely.
Yeah, girl, we're wearing Carla Cosmetics today. Carla Cosmetics, can you send DEDE some shimmers?
Hi.
I told her she needs to start using shimmers in her crease. And it looks gorge.
I need to up my cut crease game because I usually just leave it plain because I'm a lazy bitch.
Yeah, girl.
But I put some nice shimmer on today and I feel gorge.
Well, you said you're like not happy with like your makeup at the moment.
I haven't done makeup in a while just because I've been off for ages, illness, blah, blah, blah. And I was doing my face today and I just wasn't like getting anything from it. I wanted some excitement doing my makeup. You know, I wanted to pop a shimmer on and be like, oh, this looks nice.
Yeah. Well, I said it,
you know,
practice. Like, you never practice your makeup anymore.
No.
Like, I'm always practicing because I'm always doing content. I'm always, you know.
One of my aims for this year is like getting into content more because I actually do find it fun sometimes when I have like a planned day where I'm getting into drag.
I think it's when you do it and you like switch it on and it's like just relax in like the fact that you're entertaining as it is.
Yeah.
And like whatever silly things come to mind, just do.
I know, I need to.
Because then you're like, is it funny? Is it this? Is there people? And that's what it's not. Like, no.
Yeah, it takes me back to like auditioning for Drag Race when you're doing, like, you're trying to talk in front of an iPhone camera.
Well, honey, we get used to it, girl.
Yeah. No, despite me not liking the makeup, blah blah blah, I put the hair on, put the outfit on.
Yeah, girl, you look
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Put a bit of tan on, and I feel gorgeous.
We done DEDE a lovely double stack wig.
Yeah.
And she's back in the game.
My challenge to myself is to wear as many
wigs as possible.
As many wigs on my head as possible. As many big wigs on this pod as I can this year.
Well, it works so well. Like, look at the material. Like,
it really
it's so
does.
calm.
It really does.
It's woman.
This is my version of like woman.
Yeah, it is, and it works.
Yeah, like big hair, like shoulders. Yeah,
it's fierce.
So I'm having a little tequila pineapple.
Yeah, girl, you better have that tequila pineapple.
Drink.
I had a tequila Rubicon. It was quite vulgar. Actually, I'm gonna have like a little shot or something. I'm gonna have a little.
I was gonna say I'm
gonna have a little cafe patron, Miss Girl.
Which one's that? The coffee one.
This is the coffee liqueur. This is gorge. It's so nice. Yeah, girl, I could literally like sell this right now, like how I look.
Oh, PR. Stop. We want a cheers. How dare you?
Oh, bitch.
Right.
Not me, like, wrapping my tongue around it. Cheers, honey.
Cheers, honey.
Woohoo!
Right, let's get on with it.
I mean, let's start with, like, the chaos of social media right now and, like, the uproar of this Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Girl, she looks Blanchard.
Bollock. This Gypsy Rose, how do you feel about it? I'm gonna let you think.
Listen.
Say what you say.
I feel like...
Say what you say.
Say your piece. What I'm gathering from it is there was this girl who grew up and she had a lot of, like, medical problems. And her mum was basically medicating her or doing something.
Yes.
The medication was making her messed up.
Need to be more invested into like what actually went on. But obviously I know about the fact that, you know, her mum basically is fucking her over her whole life with like making her disabled to like gain some sort of like gain money.
I don't know the motives and stuff. All I understand about it is the mum was giving her medication she did not need, which was then in turn making her severely ill.
Intentionally she was doing it. Like she wasn't just making a mistake. But we haven't watched The Act,
No.
but we watched Run. It's Run, right?
I'm pretty sure it's fine. It's a film.
It's the one with what's her name? What's her name? Miss Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Queen.
No.
Anyway, my point is, why the fuck is this bitch now the most famous woman in the earth? Like, all of a sudden,
think rightfully so. She's had a horrible life.
I do live partly of that, but then I'm like, at the same time, like, you did assist
A
murder.
Yeah, but no one's ever gonna be like.
And I get it. I get the whole thing. I'm like,
Because-
obviously she was technically in the right, but then again, it's murder.
No, she
And we're
wasn't
like,
right.
let's make her famous. And it's like, it's a lot. I just feel like I don't really care.
No, I think it's so. That's just pretty puss of her. Slayed her mother.
I mean, it
literally.
I mean, I guess.
And now she's famous.
But then I'm like,
not that it's
where does the line? Where do we draw the line?
Would you?
Because she murdered someone.
Well, she didn't.
Yeah, but she supported it. Like,
know.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm like, it's all a bit weird for me. Because I'm seeing interviews and she's got this new boyfriend and she's like, the dick is good. And I'm like, ew. Like, I'm sorry, but this is getting a bit much. Like, and everyone's like, I don't know. It's weird.
I just think it's absolutely hilarious that she literally pops up in a mirror, puts a little hip out, hand on hip, whatever she did, in the mirror wearing standard pedestrian clothes, and she's got millions of followers. And like, people from Drag Race are commenting, people from everywhere are commenting, going, pop off, queen, mother, and all this.
Mother, like, oh my God, it's a lot. I generally think, again, like, you know, the world got boring for a sec. All of a sudden, she's back again, and we're going, work, something to entertain us.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like.
I think, but also she did multiple documentaries and stuff like that.
It's
interesting. While she was in
interesting.
prison, so
I'm being dramatic because I'm trying to think
No,
of it
but
from
I get your
because I feel
point.
like everyone's on her side. So I'm trying to think of like, wait, this feels a bit weird, and I'm trying to dramatize the alter perspective. I can understand. Yeah, she's been working on it. It's a very interesting documentary. It's very fascinating where she's ended up turning out. You know, she's out of prison.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, the bottom line is that she had a big impact on someone being killed.
that is.
And it just like,
true.
at the bottom line, that's all I can keep seeing.
If anything, the mum put her life in danger first. She could have easily have died.
Yeah.
So easily. And then what? Do you know what I mean?
It feels like she's famous for the wrong reason. It feels like it's blowing out of proportion. It doesn't feel like it's... it feels sometimes like it's like kind of taking the piss. And I don't...
No, it is. No,
and
I
I feel weird about it. That's all I feel. I just feel weird about it.
I can understand how you feel weird about it, because it's not like she's famous in the sense of like she had a really amazing story, or she just had quite a prominent story. Like,
yeah.
it's not that. It's not celebrating that. People are just like obsessing over her because the last person's obsessing over her.
Yeah. It
Like,
feels like that. It
it's
feels
gone
like a
past the
train
point.
everyone's kind of like popping, and then it's just like blown out of proportion.
But
But I do find it interesting. I think
it's
good
very
for her for getting out of prison. She's done her time, like, and I've watched some of her interviews, and I think she's really well articulated, and I think she's kind of like, there was something that was said and she was like, no, I done my time, like I deserve that time, I done it. And I'm like that. I'm like, you
Okay,
own it
good.
all. That's fierce.
I was gonna say, she's
I
not
just think
walking
it's
around
weird
like-
the amount of people that have hopped on, like millions and millions of people all at once. I'm like, it does feel a bit strange. Feels like, you know, these people on TikTok,
Do you mean?
famous for the absolute wrong reasons, and it icks me out. And I see it all the time. We obviously know who we're talking about. These people on TikTok. It reminds me of this again, and I'm like, here we go again. It's another one of like, everyone's bored, so we're all popping on to something that like internally we're taking the piss out of.
But then what happens once everyone gets over what happened? Do you know what I mean? She's
Well,
only really current right now. She's
yeah,
fresh out
I
of
feel like
prison.
it's gonna be like spike, and then we're gonna forget about her.
I mean, but also like it is amazing she gets to live to tell her story now.
Yeah.
And
Oh no,
she-
I feel
and
that's fierce. Have a
It's
moment.
fierce how she's like, now it's my turn
Yeah,
to tell my
fair
story.
enough.
Because she's been in prison. Everyone's been, manipulating the story, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's her time to speak her truth. And maybe that's important why she's trending right now, but then it's just but you know what gays are like.
Yeah, true.
You know what gays are like. They're like,
anything like that.
Anything's mother.
But like, honestly, back onto the TikTok thing, like that also, like, that gets me. It's too much.
Yeah, wait, let me say something.
Go on.
There are so many people on TikTok who, in my eyes, have so many real issues, and they're allowed to be on these platforms acting
the fool,
like, to the extreme, to the point where everyone just hates on them, and that's all they're there for,
and
to be hated on.
Yeah.
And is that not mentally, like...
Oh my God, it makes me uncomfortable.
It makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, how can you sit there and live when, you know, if someone's coming up to get a photo with you, they're doing it as a joke, like...
Like, we know who we're talking about. There are people that are very obvious that it's instigating to. I'm not going to say names, but it does make me very uncomfortable. It feels like, you know, I mean, we've always kind of, as a culture, we've always kind of been intrigued by the vulnerable, the silly. You know, we used to watch when we were little, You've Been Framed. If you're a US watcher or anyone else around the world, You've Been Framed was like, you know, you sign up a silly video of someone falling over or something, and it goes on this channel for like an hour, and you just back to back watching these funny videos of people falling over. Yeah, it's funny, hilarious, funny. But this time, I feel like TikTok has encouraged people that, generally have some problems, like they do, and it's become a circus act, and it makes me uncomfortable. And these people aren't just like doing their thing; they're making money from being a literal like elephant in a cage, and people just poking at them and laughing, and they're laughing with them, and it just makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, no, we're not living for that person's talent, we're not living for that person's what they're bringing to the table, we're genuinely like laughing at them. It's not with them. That's the lie.
That is true.
It's not with them, it's at them, and it makes me uncomfortable because these people just hone it in, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm just like,
I just think that's
away from me.
That's mentally destroying.
Well, I feel sorry for the people.
Your career is the punchback.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like, oh, like, what do you do in life? Like, oh, everyone bullies me for views, and like...
Yeah, but they're like, I go around making live. Like, they love it. They're like, I'm a live stream, I'm famous. And I'm like, it's a big ick for me. And I think, back to our last episode about ins and outs, this is a big out for me. We've done it, we've laughed at it, let's move on, because this is getting a bit much.
It also is really, like, especially people around our age.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I've got a photo with it. Oh, have you seen this disgusting? This is how people speak about this person behind doors. God only knows what happens, like, on the comment section and on the live.
But you know for a fact that not one single person that supports them is living for their actual... for something positive in them.
They're doing it because they can clearly tell that they're under heat constantly, and they're just dropping their support to rebel against the bullying.
They live for them.
It's also a way of enabling bullying.
It is,
and like, it's okay because they're tragic like that, and they're tragic.
Yeah, and it's like, it makes me uncomfortable.
Unless they really don't mind, then sure. But like, it's just not. It's not really a solid way to live.
It's a bit much.
It is a bit much.
And I see all the time on my For You page, and I'm like, oh girl, have a break. Like, it gets crazy. These people like fighting people in like hair salons and shit, and fighting people in clubs.
And we love a good fight video.
Yeah.
I love that one viral video where the girl comes out with the shovel and whacks her on the head.
Big purr.
Oh,
like stunning.
Like, fulfills me.
I live for that. No, I do live for that part. I do live for like, me and her will sometimes search people fighting.
Oh,
and I just want to. I want to see like women like going at it. Like, that gives me life. Oh yeah, we watched that.
We watched and we watched. I showed you the one who got bullied, and they ran out. Dream Doll ran out behind someone, and jump kicked her. She fell to the floor, and she was trying to walk away.
They were like throwing flour and like,
and she was just waking up, and she weren't reacting at that. That was disgusting.
Oh, what? Like, I was gagged. I watched that and I was like, imagine this was on TV nowadays. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, no.
Oh, TV used to be like...
Oh, TV used to be so unhinged. And let's be real, so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to talk about the drag world, like, I was recently just rewatching Drag Race Season 3. It's so good.
Yeah.
Because the girls don't care.
They don't care. It's unhinged. It's like, they're like looking at each other being like, she's a fat whore. They like
Yeah.
say that to each other.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's like when-
oh, no, know what I live for?
What?
When Tatiana was the most vulnerable one and she was the one that was bullied for being too fierce. Oh,
Oh, they hated.
so fierce.
Because nowadays,
Mama, everyone wants to be a woman.
everyone wants to be a woman. That's why I made my point about outs being queens not wearing
Right.
voluminous
Yeah,
hair.
yeah.
For example, you do, womanly drag.
Yeah.
But you'll put on big hair sometimes. You put on you get away with it though because you're small and you're like,
Yeah.
your build works for it. But if you're doing a roller set, you're doing a roller set.
Yeah.
You're not doing a little.
No. No,
flick.
I'm
you
not
know what I
doing
mean?
dainty.
It's
But-
not really that cute on most
Yeah,
people.
that Drag Race era was so fierce. Like, bullying someone for
Yeah.
being too fish. They're like, she's too femme. She's just a fishy queen.
Yeah.
Like, do drag.
Like gunning for it. You could tell they're gunning for it.
Live. Like,
Slashing.
that's fierce.
That is, I definitely, I say it's amazing. I, for one, if Drag Race was like that and I went on and it was like that, I'd crumble.
But that was what's fierce about, what
But
was,
that's because
yeah.
I'd say, a lot of people grow up a bit of a snowflake.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe-
in this
yeah.
generation, we do.
We grow up
We're
snowflakes.
sensitized by, comments on social media. Babe, back then, oh, honey, it wasn't a popular thing, drag. They were going on a show that they were like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I want money, and that's what I live for. That's why it was so fierce, because they didn't expect fame. They didn't come after expecting. They went back to the gigs. So they have nothing to lose. We now go on Drag Race going, we're going to be famous, so we need to watch what we say. And it's like,
I know, because that's how
you
I
know,
felt on TV.
I know, but it's because we're young and we're a new generation of social media, and the internet is a way bigger thing than it was back then. So there's less.
Yeah.
They didn't give a shit what they say because they're just saying it. They don't realize the impact of where social media can bring it. We say one thing now, and 2 seconds later, it's a meme. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just.
But it's not the
But
funny stuff. I don't know. Yeah, reality TV was at its absolute, TV in general, absolute prime years ago.
I just don't feel like anything iconic happens anymore.
No.
It's not.
Even down to, I know this isn't really sort of relates, movies. What movie have I seen recently that I've been like, that was great?
I feel like we've lost a lot of maybe in 10 years we'll look back and be like, this is fierce, that was so good. But I just feel like everything's lost its camp. I watched the other day, I was watching Death Becomes Her again. We watched that.
So good.
And it's such an old film, but it's so camp and so glamorized that now glamour is a black dress. Then it was jewels.
Oh,
Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? It's
that's
a very
one thing.
different now.
Fashion girl here, so I don't have the timestamps of what show was what. But for example,
No, I get you.
the big red feather dress that Cardi B wore once.
Mm.
The pearl dress.
Well, they're old. They're vintage stuff. They're archive things
Yeah, but
are
that's
insane.
insane.
Yeah.
That stuff is insane, and it will never be
It
beaten.
literally introduced glamour to the world.
Yeah.
That shit was
maybe I live for it more because I'm DEDE. I love the big drag stuff. But
Isn't it the bird dress, and it's multicolored bird, and then she turns to the back and it's a
yeah,
peacock.
and it's this
insane.
gorgeous. It's
You won't see that
so
anymore.
elaborate. No, everyone's modernized and come on, give me drag.
I did see a thing on social media, and it was comparing things like architecture and things, and it's say for example the London phone box, so much character, the red phone box. Now
That's it. It's no character in anything.
it's just this boring, dull, depressing block with a phone in it.
Yeah.
But it was a actual architectural piece that you could appreciate the design of it. Do you know what I mean? And it was an interesting thing where so many things now, even fencing in London, it's dull now. And it was before it was black and carved out and do you know what I mean? And it was I do think as a culture and where we're moving, we're losing character in every aspect of our culture.
It's giving robotic.
It's giving simplicity is cute. Yeah, abstract is cute, but the fact that everything's losing character is kind of a shame. In an aspect, things move, fashion changes. I love Kim Kardashian, obviously. Her house, have you seen it, bitch? There's 3 items of furniture in it.
Really?
Mama, it's
no,
literally
that's horrible. I like our
And Kylie came first. She was I would never live in your house. There's nothing in there.
this.
And I was fierce. I was but it's that's trending is having nothing, and it's so weird. Because back in the day,
I don't like that.
I was watching even when we was watching, oh my god, we watched SaltBurn.
Let's get onto that in a sec.
We were watching SaltBurn, and even the house in that, I'm that's fierce. It's an old house.
Yeah.
So much character. I would love to live in something like that.
Yeah.
And just modernize it a bit. But you know,
I'm terrified of like
I don't know.
big houses.
This is all
so maybe
personal
not.
opinion, of course, but it's like it's funny to
Yeah,
observe.
I don't
Because I thought the phone box thing in London was like a pure example of like, yeah, we've kind of lost that. We've lost
It's
that
just
like
all-
iconic.
It's just clean and tidy.
You rarely
and
see a
nothing
red
else.
phone box in London.
It's still there, right?
Yeah, but they don't make them anymore.
Oh, of course.
Like that's it. They're just like old pieces.
I hope she returns for All Stars.
Yeah, she should. She'll definitely get like a little bit in the lip,
Yeah.
and a bit in the cheek, because
yeah,
she's
hide
an
a
all-star queen. But
Reinforced glass.
yeah, like fair enough. Just keep your old self. Keep
Yeah, of
what's
course.
you,
Yeah, let's talk about Salt.
Mama. Everyone's talking about.
What do you
SaltBurn.
think? Okay, well, let's start off with a rating each out of 10.
I'm gonna say 7.
7. Yeah.
But you know, I'm being strict. It's a strict 7. I think I'm not just gonna give it away because I have so many films I absolutely love and will give a 10, and like I'm not gonna watch it again. Like I've known it now. I liked it. It was really good. It was better than I think I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more romantic, and I was a bit like,
Same. I thought it was a gay love story.
yeah, and I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna live. But it wasn't. It was like fucked.
Oh, it was a bit gritty.
The only thing I'm not great with is I've got a short attention span, and I'm
Yeah, no, because we kept saying, "Oh, remember when he said that?" Like in a lucid
Yeah.
plot, and you were like, "What?"
Well, it was starting off this, and then it went there, and then I was like, right, I'm struggling to keep up, and then he's getting a bit weird, and then he's in a bathtub, slurping away, and I'm like, okay, right, I'm a bit lost now.
Gotta at least get a straw.
Oh,
Like, why are you touching the bathtub? Like, just get a straw.
also, like, I'm sorry, but like, who does it in the bath?
That was, and also like,
And like in the bath.
I don't want to take it there.
In the bath.
I really don't want to take it there.
I don't know. I just found it weird. I was like, some of those bits I still don't understand, and the grave part at the end, honey, what? Like, I'm sorry.
I was laughing at that point because I was like, just when you thought it was safe to go outside, bam, the sequel. Like, I
literally though.
did not like. I was like, this is so messed up to the point I have to laugh.
Yeah. It was good though. I think it was really entertaining. I think the guy, the main actor, was really good.
Yeah, he was really good.
And then
really
by
great.
the end was my favorite part.
when he's just dancing around with
Yeah.
his willy out.
Yeah, girl, that was the fiercest part.
You and LaBelle.
That made me go, okay.
I was originally told it was about someone who manipulates people. So when the film started, I thought it was about the really good-looking, the rich boy.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was the manipulator. Because remember the weird boy in the beginning with the glasses was like, oh, he's going to get bored of you soon.
Yeah, well, that's what I liked about it. Obviously, there was the twist of, like, that he was the guy all along because he was very, you know, shy and all that.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Like, you guys watch it. Like, if you want, like, just watch it. I think the fierce part about it was the fact that it kind of was a metaphor to, like, the rich and the poor and how, like... Because
Yes,
he was like, at one point, he was like, you just, like... You just roll around... You just roll around with your bellies up. And, like... That's it.
Think
It's
nothing
like
bad's ever
but
going to
it's-
happen because you're in this fortress.
yeah, and it's like it's true, but it's just how the world works, you know.
It is.
But it was fierce to be like that he got his way.
I like films like that.
It was good. It was good. It was different.
Worth the hype, I'd say.
I think. Do you know why? I think if they didn't have the last scene in, I think it would not have gone off. I think it was just due to that last scene.
Yeah.
I generally think it was the perfect cherry on top, and I think with the song, obviously another song that's coming back, and I think just because it was so crazy that he was just walking around with his knob out. Yeah, I think everyone was just like, it's so fierce, and all the gays obviously lived because it was calm. Yeah,
so you got your willy, got your house. Well done to you.
lovely. Congrats. He's girl of the week, honey. My favorite like genre of film is like anything to do with space or aliens.
Like that, Life. Was it called Life?
The epitome of like what I love. I'm like, I love that. I love the darkness of it as it turns around. I loved the ending of that film. Was like still one of my most favorite endings of like all time.
Horrible.
I think that was like a genius way to end a film. I want a life too.
I want a Life too, but then just watch Life. We're going to talk about
Life
it.
is so good. If you're like a bit squeamish, like yeah, it's gory. It is gory, but it's not about gore. It's so good.
It's just so good. I'm going to talk about the ending, so go away if you don't want to listen about the ending. The woman thinks she's getting down to earth. She's okay. She's smiling. She's happy. She's like, oh, thank God.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
And then the other one's got the guy and the alien in it.
Yeah.
and then they land. It's actually quite funny. They land on the planet, and this guy's like, "Oh no, we brought it to Earth," and the woman's like, "Right," as she's being
flung into the middle of space.
Like that's a very relatable.
The ending of that film is like wildly chilling. And I loved it. Because I still watch it and I go, oh my fuck.
And then the people go to open the pod to help him.
And that's it, it's out in the world.
It's out.
But that's why I want to see a next one of that. That's something I'm like gagging to see a sequel. I don't feel like
that was a very popular film though.
It might have not been, but it's one of my favourite films because it generally really is so well done and it's so gruesome, but like in the best way where like this is generally like what could happen. Who knows? No one can say this would never happen.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, please leave really good movie suggestions because we are avid movie watchers.
We
do struggle sometimes.
As I said, we love space. We love anything alien. We love anything horror. What else did we watch?
What's it about? It's about the
autopsy of Jane Doe.
The autopsy of Jane Doe was great.
That was good.
I will say I did.
I liked it.
I liked it
because it was something that you didn't expect, and it was just good.
Because I found it on TikTok, and they basically kind of explained what it was.
Messed up.
Like, yeah.
Hard to watch. Good film.
Yeah, and
bit like obviously demonic, but like nicely done.
I know I've thoroughly enjoyed a film's plot when the minute it finishes, I'm on my phone going like movie explained.
I love
explained.
Yeah. True. You know when that's a good movie when you're on Google trying to find out why.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm ready to wrap this up.
Yes,
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. We're gonna have probably a Mackey's. Let's cut the cameras dead ass.
Really what I wanted to hear.
Right, let's wrap this up. Who's gonna be girl of the week?
The guy in SaltBurn.
Is he? I feel like that's like.
Or do we just give it to Gypsy?
I'm not giving it to Gypsy.
Should we give it to Gypsy's mum? I think girl of the week, because that's more like who's done it for me this week, is Mirage on Drag Race. Because I cannot stop watching. I know you haven't watched it. I cannot stop watching her talent show. And the
Clacking girl.
She was great.
The Clacker.
The Clacker.
Okay, yeah, she's fierce.
I give it to her. I love it.
It's good as well because I remember seeing her when we went to Vegas because we were
really?
Obviously she's a Vegas girl with Anitra.
Anitra.
And they were like, one of the girls in here is on the next one, and I didn't really like pay attention. But I remember her being there, and she's like, "Girl, in Vegas, they got the girls dancing around, girl.
Like performing.
They're birthing like Terminators. Yeah, there's a lot of good girls from Vegas. I'm saying, I feel like Vegas never had its moment on Drag Race, and now it's like
I was gonna say
all of a
Vegas
sudden,
has really got it
two times in a row, bang bang, you got the best, some of the best
and
performers.
their talent shows have both gone the most viral.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
good for
definitely
them.
Mirage. Love the way she does things and that smooth dip.
I love Vegas. Vegas is fierce.
I really want to go to Piranha soon.
Yeah, go.
One day.
We'll sort it out.
Yeah, I need to.
Get your visa, honey, and let's pop over for a little...
Once I got my visa in America, you're going to be sick of me.
Oh, yeah,
You're going to be sick of me.
I'm off to America soon, so stay tuned for that, yeah.
Tell them about that real quick.
Well, it's just... I'm planning like a little like solo circuit tour, just like running around the States, performing everywhere.
Gorgeous.
I just love performing in the States. It's like where it's at. It's where drag is at. It's such a supreme level of drag where like not only the queens, but the promoters have such a level of respect for it that you can just tell everyone just loves it and treats it so perfectly, and I just love it. Because we've been suffering from it not being that way in the UK. So
yeah, UK's a pile of shit.
It's just like, you know, after dealing with promoters here, you know, when I go to the States, I'm always treated with such respect, and it's like not only me but the other girls working, and I just love it.
Yeah, I want to get
people love drag. People fucking gag for it. They respect every part of it, different drag, and the tips are just gorge.
Oh, the tipping fantasy is such a bit of me.
So I'm coming back because I just love it. I always have fun over there every time.
Yeah.
So I'll see you guys very soon. You'll be there. We'll manifest it. We're manifesting this year. That's the is manifesting. Because, honey, we got to make it happen, and we will.
Bitch. I got to go film an STI ad.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
I've got to talk about STIs. Never had one. Yes, I have.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Indeed.
Yes, you have. We'll leave it there.
It was a pretty bad one.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
So you've been watching The Girls, and we're going to be back next week with a bit more chit chat. Also, we've got DragCon. Well, DragCon's just happened. DragCon's actually just finished on this day that this podcast comes out.
I wonder how Battle and Brew's future me is.
But yeah, but we'll have a run over and we'll just chat about whatever.
Yeah, we'll have a
There'll
catch
be
up
some
about
stuff
Drag
to
Con.
gossip about. It's a room full of drag queens from all over the planet, so we'll have something to talk about. But yeah, we'll see you next week with more from the girls.
Bye.
Bye, honey.